We've done some, there have been guests here who are far, they, Punjabi में कहते हैं उत्तुन जाते हैं. So after retirement, I started listening to the songs, again Kashmiri songs. For 8 years I was working here. So I was listening, and I found that the ones who were very songs which I used to like, I don't know many words, word meanings. How was I enjoying this and that? So then it was an epiphany once. I said that nobody has taught us anything about culture and all. Then one fine afternoon, I was telling myself, now that you are free, what are you doing for it? To pass on the legacies, if you understand that. So I made a very humble attempt in my first book. I have chosen 18 poets, starting from Lalde, Nundresh, right up to Samagmir. 18 poets we had when I started. There were 39 poets. I was told that these are the best ones because I was conversing with people. But then the book size and all that came in, and then we had to curtail down. For this August occasion, Sunanda ji had decided that we should talk about songs of liberation was the theme Kashmir Foundation sort of did. So we have chosen the poets that appear in our book, Lowell, Connecting Threads of Wistful Longing. An introduction to our book will be in order now. The book is, this is probably the last piece I have, this book, and because my local publisher here won't name it, he's not active enough to do the second reprint of this. The melodies, like I talked about, we hear in the childhood and also while growing up, have a way of staying with us for a long time. Because like I told you that I used to hear songs and all that, but they remain there. So Kashmiri poets from 14th century onwards have mesmerized the populace. You have heard in-depth talks about what they have done, and their poetics forms a large part of our cultural legacy. And songs and singers. Not much is talked about singers, but I think the songs, of course, they are written by these poets, have historically been the natural preserver of this poetic legacy. And in Kashmir, apart from universities, apart from other forums of literature, the songs, even in Manjra songs, same poems are there. People are enjoying and all that, but the depth is shallow there because it is a song and these things. And my peeve always has been that whenever now the youngsters are I make a point to ask them, lyrics kiske hain ye? Whose lyrics? They don't know. Who's singer? Have you got anything about singer? No. So I tried my best to research and find all the prominent singers who have contributed, wrote small biographies, whatever I could get from the democratic internet. One of the basic challenges was the script for me, because I know Hindi very little in the sense that it was read in primaries or somewhere. Urdu I had not read, and English I had read. So I'm making it in 2000. I think 2022, it was 21 or 22. So script became a very challenging thing. So I started reading about Kashmiri language and all that. I found that the audience for which I am writing is youngsters. Some of them know Hindi, some of them know Urdu, and I don't know. So what is the guarantee that I'll be able to pass it on? But I, like Professor Matu said, that conspiracy ho jati hai, world conspires to push you into it. So we said the script will be, the format we chose was, we will give non-controversial biography of the poets. There are some controversies, there are some conflicts about date of births or something, or some mystic things, Ankur Kamal, Ankur Yas, this poet. We said, let's not distract people, youngsters, because they have no appetite for hearing these. They lose interest. So we said we will give a biography, which we have given here, and then we will choose the most popular songs, uske lyrics. We will put it in, transliterate it in English, and then Devanagari, and then Urdu. Urdu I did from the computers. There is a Lexi Logos software which I used. So the script was that it can go, the book, if people are there, they can take, they can sort of, anything. So it will not go amiss because of script. Second was, as I admitted, that I did not know many of these word meanings. Some were mystical, some were common sense, vernacular things. So we did a lot of research on the word meanings. Luckily, I got hold of the Grierson, which was again by some conspiracy. I chanced upon to go to library of one of my cousins, and I found this book there, these 2 volumes of Grierson. Now it is available thanks to one publisher here. So we researched that. And so the word meanings in the English transliteration, we have done the references and given on the bottom this thing, the word sense. So the motivation of this book, as I already told you, on account of our belief that there is a need to preserve our shared heritage, which is fast getting extinct because of neglect in our homeland and outside it. I felt that even the language, Kashmiri language itself, is not spoken in Srinagar. I don't know. I have not visited villages to see what is the status. But in Srinagar, we all shifted to Urdu or English.
No, that's wrong.
No. I'm saying that when
You are talking of the Dal Gate. You are talking of the Mirakadal. You should go to around the city. I am putting in Lal Bazar, everyone is speaking Kashmiri.
No, you are right. You may be right. You may be right. But my same interactions with people and all that, we concluded that Kashmiri is not spoken, so that there is a higher need. The motivation became much more.
Forward, sir.
We speak Kashmiri.
Move forward.
No, because you did not introduce yourself as a Kashmiri whenever you talk to anybody. That is the weakness.
And I can give you another lecture if they permit me. Tomorrow's session, I will tell you what is happening to Kashmiri now.
Yeah.
How are we speaking? Anyway, the authors themselves, actually I forgot to mention you, the author, I have a co-author in a lady called Upasana Kokru, but who's in US. I was doing my work and I found I had finished, I started from the backwards, I had finished some of me writing whatever format I had chosen, and I found a very nice piece about biography of Samarmeer by some Upasana Kokru. And it so happened, again the same conspiracy, one week I wrote to her on Twitter because that was the only available thing. She did not respond. Then I found I knew one Mr. Kokru in Delhi. So I called him up and I said, since you are Kokru and I have said this. So he started laughing. I said, ये तो मेरा दर्द हो रहा और हंस रहे हो मेरे ऊपर. कह रहा, she is my daughter. अब मैंने कहा भाई आप उसको वहाँ जाके डंडा वंडा नहीं घुमाने का, because I don't like that. You tell her that you know me, because she has done the right thing, not responding to a stranger. So finally we got in touch and she motivated me that we should write a book. I had a plan of giving it to the I'm not a great poet or this thing, so I thought I will at least give it to Kashmiri language, these souvenirs and all that, so that it can get circulated. So authors of this book intend to leave readers with a melodic lemonade, because we've chosen songs which are very popular, as the book is pivoted on the songs which are popular as well as bring out the flavor of poetic excellence. I forgot to mention about my format. Nirja Mottuji, in one of her writings, said same thing about which script to use. And then she said that nowadays some youngsters have put all the script, which looks a little awkward, she said. but but she's the one who wrote the foreword for my book. So that is how it goes. And yesterday somebody asked me, which art form are you from? I said, I am not an art artist. By just coincidence, I have some interest in this thing. I have time and interest, so that is how I have done it. So now what we have done here is with great humility, not as academic scholars, but as people who experience a deep role for the language that has a lot to offer to the community, diaspora, and the world at large by way of syncretism. So this was one of the key aspects of that this should not go. So we have resolved genre, which genre? Normally they say which genre of poetry it is. So finally both of us discussed that if they ask us, that we will say that this is LOL genre. The genre itself is LOL.
I think that you should leave for public to characterize.
That is true. But I had to decide, no, if people are saying that what genre it is, what genre will I say? So I said it is LOL genre. Excuse me.